Welcome back, everyone. Time to do another comparison this time around between the newly released iPhone 12 Pro and the somewhat older Samsung Galaxy S10. Now, the S10 came out early last year in 2019, around February or March, but the iPhone 12 Pro just came out. It's $1,000. With the Galaxy S10, you can pick up in a lot of places for like less than 500. I honestly think you can probably pick them up for like around $380 in some places. But the cheapest ones I find, I'll link them down in the description below. You can get them from there and help support the channel at the same time. Now, side by side, as I said on my iPhone 12 review, which I just filmed right before this, you can see that the iPhone 12 Pro is a little bit smaller in every dimension. Actually, it's a little bit smaller in size, like in terms of the length, but the iPhone 12 Pro may be a little bit wider. When I feel both in the hand, I don't really feel like one is way bigger or way smaller, but I kind of give them around the same ballpark. So that's kind of how I would say if you're trying to feel them both. Now, on the front of the Samsung Galaxy S10, you have a 6.1-inch dynamic AMOLED display, and it's an extremely good panel. It's definitely one of the best panels out still. Now, you don't have like a high refresh rate on it, but you don't have a high refresh rate on the iPhone 12 Pro either. So there's not really that big of a difference, in my opinion, on the panel side. You are getting an inbuilt fingerprint sensor in the display, which is really cool, and that hole punch display, which is also extremely awesome. You have a little bit of bezel on the top and bottom, but other than that, it's a very good panel. It's curved on the side, and definitely when you look at it, I mean, it's a beautiful looking phone for sure. The iPhone 12 Pro also has a 6.1-inch panel, but it's a Super Retina XDR OLED panel. The resolution is a little bit smaller on this phone, but it's really not that big of a deal. When you're looking at them though, I don't know why, I feel like the iPhone 11 Pro had a better panel than this one. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I think this panel is still good. You are getting that notch, which I'm not really a fan of anymore. You have a little bit of bezel around the display, but you do have the flat sides now on the iPhone 12 Pro, which look really good, and it kind of accents this phone a little bit better, I think. But weirdly enough, I think the Samsung Galaxy S10 looks better on the front. I feel like this one just looks more premium, and I like the panel more, and especially the curvedness to it. The iPhone 12 Pro's panel is still good, but I think I would give the edge to the Samsung Galaxy S10 in terms of the thickness between them. The Samsung Galaxy S10, I think in my opinion, may actually be a little bit thinner than the iPhone 12 Pro. And even if it's not thinner, it kind of appears to be thinner because of the curved architecture of the Galaxy S10. As you can see on the sides, it curves on it, and the iPhone 12 Pro has flat sides, so it makes it feel thicker even though it may actually be thinner in real life. So that's something funny that Apple did. I don't really know what they were thinking, but it's okay. And in terms of the camera setup, we have triple camera setups on both. We do have a LiDAR sensor on the iPhone 12 Pro, which is really cool. You have glass backs on both as well, but you do have that frosted glass back on the iPhone 12 Pro, which I really do like, and I feel like this feels better than the standard glass back that you're getting on the Galaxy S10. On top of that, you get wireless charging on both, but you do get reverse wireless charging on the Galaxy S10, which is really cool. You are also getting IP certification on both phones and a microSD card slot on the Samsung Galaxy S10, which I think is a huge asset for this device. The iPhones have never had it, but the Galaxy S10 does have it, which I think is cool. And you're also getting a headphone jack, which is kind of funny. I don't know if anybody really cares at this point, but you do have that on the Galaxy S10, which is really awesome. So in terms of the outside, that really pretty much covers it up. Now, software-wise, this is an area where I think the iPhone 12 Pro definitely beats the Samsung Galaxy S10. The Galaxy S10, is not outdated by any means. It's still getting, actually, Samsung pushed out an extra year of software support on the Galaxy S10, which is really cool. So you can get this phone today. It's going to last you for a couple more years for sure. The 12 Pro is going to outlast the Galaxy S10, which I think is pretty important if you want a phone that'll last you as long as possible. The iPhone 12 Pro will definitely do the job for you, which I think is really cool. The Galaxy S10 is still going to be lasting for a long time, so is the 12 Pro, but I think when it comes down to it, the iPhone 12 Pro is going to be having the longer lasting phone than the Galaxy S10 when it comes down to the two. So in terms of that, that pretty much covers it up. Now let's go ahead and do a speed test between them. The iPhone 12 Pro has that Apple A14 Bionic chip inside of it with 6GB of RAM, but the Samsung Galaxy S10 has that Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 chipset inside of it with 8GB of RAM. So let's go and see which one is the faster phone between both of these. Okay, let me go and clear all the apps in the background, which I think are already cleared. Yep, it looks like it. Let me go and increase the brightness on both too. Let's do app stores. 3, 2, 1. And the Galaxy S10 was faster there. But the smoothness factor, as I stated, I think will still go for the 12 Pro. And I've said this time and time again, but some apps may be faster on the Galaxy side, but smoothness factor of everything is usually for the iOS, especially in this, app opening speeds for sure. Now let's go ahead and load up these third-party apps that I have right here and these ones right here. Let's do Netflix, which I still don't have on this phone, which is very weird. I don't know why. Quizlet, 3, 2, 1. And I think the iPhone 12 Pro was definitely faster there. Animation-wise, you can see kind of the same thing going on, not a big difference. Dropbox, 3, 2, 1. And the 12 Pro again is faster. Galaxy S10 a little bit behind. BOFA, 3, 2, 1. And that one was pretty close. I don't know if there was exactly like 100% winner, but they both were very close there. We do thank you. 3, 2, 1. And I think the Galaxy S10 was by far the winner in that case, which is very surprising again. I'm not really expecting to see these big of a winners or these big of a differences here. But gameplay wise, they look about the same, but definitely the Galaxy S10 was faster there to open. Let's do Fruit Ninja. 3, 2, 1. Now, this one may be a little bit different on both, like I stated before. The game is a little bit weird to open on the iPhone 12 Pro because it's the newer update. For this one, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably say this one was a tie just to be safe, but that one was very weird. I need to update it on both. Let's do Paper IO 2. 3, 2, 1. And Galaxy S10 faster. iPhone 12 Pro, a little bit behind. Not a ginormous difference by any means, but I think definitely faster there. That was pretty noticeable. In terms of everything else, they look about the same gameplay. Maybe the iPhone 12 Pro is a little bit smoother, but even then, they both were almost neck and neck. Let's do Temple Run 2, 3, 2, and I guess I don't even have that up here either, which is very weird. Let's do Real Racing 3, 3, 2, 1. And again, I think app opening speeds or just the animation speed is faster on the iPhone 12 Pro and smoother. But the Galaxy S10, like it did on the iPhone 12, may open up faster. I don't know yet actually. And I think the Galaxy S10 actually opened that one up faster. The iPhone 12 Pro a little bit behind, not a ginormous difference. Actually, it's looking like it's a pretty noticeable difference. Not really too sure why that happened. The iPhone 12 Pro against all the other iPhones was faster, but against the Galaxy S10 for some reason, I don't know what was going on there. That's very, very surprising. And we can go ahead and end it off. I guess we don't have stack, but we can do totem. 3, 2, 1. And the 12 Pro, I think, was faster there. The Galaxy S10, a little bit, slower to load up that specific animation speed. And we can see if we have Crossy Road, which I don't even think we have. But, I mean, ultimately, what I can tell you is, again, like, I don't think there's, like, a consistently faster one between these two. I think they're both extremely close when it comes down to it. I wouldn't go from one phone to the other just based on the speed test that I've seen. Like, I think there's other things to upgrade to besides, between both of these. I think the iPhone 12 Pro is a fast phone still for the most part. And I think the Galaxy S10 is still an extremely fast phone still too. I mean, this is one of the fastest phones you can pick up. And, in terms of RAM management, they look about the same too. And I wouldn't go from one phone to the other, but I think the smoother one may be for the iPhone 12 Pro. But I don't know if there's a faster one between both of these. RAM management seemed about the same too. But I will do a full speed test if you guys want to see it. I don't know who wants to see it or not, but let's go and hit on the cameras. Now, as stated previously, triple camera setups on both, 12 megapixel wide, 12 megapixel telephoto, then 16 megapixel ultra-wide sensor on the Galaxy S10. Or on the iPhone 12 Pro, we have a 12 megapixel wide, 12 megapixel ultra-wide, 12 megapixel telephoto, and then a LiDAR sensor. Now, on the iPhone 12 Pro and on the Galaxy S10, we can do 4K at 60 on both, which I think is really important. And I've actually already done and filmed a full camera comparison between these two. I don't know when that's dropping, but whenever it does, I guess we'll kind of go from there. But you can do 4K at 60 on the front cameras as well. And already you can see quite a bit of difference in how both cameras kind of interpret both colors. It's the exact same colors on both, but you can see the Galaxy S10 kind of overbrights the photos, which I actually do like. And I think you have overall more features on an Android camera, especially on the Galaxy S10, stock natively built in, than on the iPhone, which is kind of sad because this is the newest phone, yet this one has more video features and photo features and pro features overall. Now, in terms of the consistent features, you have the same telephoto and same ultra-wide sensors and stuff, so definitely not a ginormous difference from there by any means, but you are getting, I think, a better looking sensor on the back. These photos on the Galaxy S10 are very good, I think. Night mode was pretty decent as well. I don't even know if this one has night mode, but the camera was very good for the most part, and I think for the shots that I took outside, in my photo and video comparison, it actually, I think, did a better job than my iPhone 12 Pro, in my opinion. Again, two people can look at a photo and kind of get two different inputs of it, but I kind of saw that, in my opinion, this photo and just this phone in general does a really good job at these photos that it takes. Now, on the iPhone 12 Pro, on the other hand, I think it does a really good job too. With its ultra-wide sensor, with its telephoto lens, it does a tremendous job. It has that LiDAR sensor as well. And I think for a majority of things that you're going to do with it, it's going to be perfectly fine. I've always felt like this camera has done a really good job consistently throughout the life of it. You zoom in, you can zoom out, and even though I've only had it for a couple of weeks, the 11 Pro pretty much had the same camera as well. And I felt the exact same way with that camera that I felt about this one. It's very good. I don't think there's a tremendous difference between those two. And I think for a majority of people out there, getting this type of camera is still extremely good, but maybe the Galaxy S10 may be a little bit better there, but I'll tell you guys in my full camera comparison. Now, ending it off with the battery life, the iPhone 12 Pro has a 2,815 mAh battery life, where the Samsung Galaxy S10 has a 3,400 mAh battery. So I did do a battery test between these two. I don't know when that's uploading, probably on my second channel, but I saw the same thing there that I saw now. Like the Galaxy S10, I think had better battery life than the iPhone 12 Pro. And this one even had better battery life than my iPhone 12, which has better battery life than my iPhone 12 Pro. So that's something that kind of says something in my opinion. I think the 12 Pro's battery life is okay. I've been using it as a main phone. It definitely hasn't wowed me by any means, but the Galaxy S10 probably has better battery life when it comes down to it. So to kind of sum up this video and to answer the question, should you pick up the 12 Pro? Should you keep your Galaxy S10? Should you even get a Galaxy S10? Well, let me tell you some pros and cons for the Galaxy S10 first. I think this phone is better built than the iPhone 12 Pro, even with the flat sides, even with the stainless steel. I think the Galaxy S10 actually feels more premium, which is a huge highlight. I think you're getting a better camera setup potentially. You're getting the headphone jack USB-C, which I think is better than Lightning, but whatever. You're getting reverse wireless charging, which is a huge asset. You're getting, I think, maybe just as good of performance on the Galaxy S10 than the iPhone 12 Pro. Maybe, it's kind of a stretch, but I saw performance may have been the same. Better looking display, in my opinion. The display on the iPhone 12 Pro is good, but I think the Galaxy S10 actually has a better looking display when it comes down to it. And overall, I mean, it's a cheaper phone too. You're getting a really good phone for a cheaper price tag, which, like I said before, is a huge asset when you're looking at prices of phones. And the iPhone 12 Pro, I think, is a really good phone too. I mean, it's a brand new phone. It's $1,000 flagship. It's supposed to be really good. You're getting that LiDAR sensor. The Galaxy S10 doesn't have it. You're getting extremely good build quality. The frosted glass back, which I like more, even though the build quality I think is better on the S10. This one feels really good, and this one still feels like a super good flagship device. The flat sides, the stainless steel, chassis for the most part. Beautiful screen, you're getting iOS support. Software support is longer on the 12 Pro than on the Galaxy S10, so that's another huge asset for you to pick up a 12 Pro. You're getting the iOS ecosystem and everything that comes up with iOS 14, 15, 16, and all those other iOS versions. But I think between these two, if the Galaxy S10 was the same price as the 12 Pro, I may have just recommended the 12 Pro. But because this phone is so much cheaper, it just kind of makes sense in some categories to pick this phone up over the iPhone 12 Pro. Again, I don't think one is necessarily the most perfect one between these two, but I think the iPhone 12 Pro has a lot going for it too. So that really pretty much covers it up for the most part. If you guys have any other questions or if you want to pick these up, like I said, links will be down in the description below. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed the video, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.